Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Caravan of Garbage, where we're talking about a sequel.
Love that.
One of the greatest sequels ever made.
Not true.
Aliens. Oh, what are we talking about?
Kick-Ass 2.
Oh, yeah. It's not as good as Aliens, is it?
No.
Is it Aliens or Aliens 2?
Oh, it's Aliens 2, TOO question mark.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, great.
Now, this one's from the Twisted Mind of Jeff Wadlow.
That's right.
You just informed me prior to this. Matthew Vaughan's off the case here.
That's
He's off the case. He had to hand in his director's gun and his director's badge.
Yeah, he was working on Kingsman.
Oh.
The first Kingsman.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one.
I agree.
Normal to me.
Yeah.
A lot of people would be like, that's twisted, that movie. A lot of that's twisted. An umbrella with stuff in it, like gadgets and so forth, that's so twisted.
The umbrella
Not
can
me.
block stuff. Do you find that twisted?
No, that's normal to me.
You have one, or are you just experiencing that as normal to you?
Just thinking about it's normal to me. Again, my mind's even more twisted than Matthew Vaughan's. That's all I'm saying.
Is it more twisted than Jeff Wadlow's mind?
The writer of Bloodshot,
Yeah.
the movie Bloodshot.
Yeah, the writer of the movie Bloodshot.
I don't know. Is there some twisted stuff in this?
Sure.
The cinematography is twisted in this. Some of this movie, there's a handheld camera shot of like a fight at the start of the movie.
Yeah.
Like some dudes challenge Kick-Ass. They're like, we're gonna get a million views on the internet.
Whoa, imagine.
on the World Wide Web.
I mean,
for
unless
this.
you're monetizing it, what's the point?
Well, exactly.
Clout, I guess.
And
Clout.
sponsorships.
Oh, yeah, and sponsorship.
Like maybe you get some new gear to beat people up in next time. But anyway, this movie has some right at the start, like quite a really decent action sequence that looks kind of cool with this handheld camera work. But then a lot of the rest of this movie looks like an Offspring video clip.
It really
that?
does, doesn't it?
Like
yeah.
Pretty Fly for a White Guy era.
Good song.
Why don't you get a job era?
Even better song.
Even better
if
song.
I had to rank them.
Maybe the best song they've ever done. It's Come Out and Play, Self-Esteem, then why don't you get a job? No, why don't you get a job? What an era. Does anybody know what we're talking about? Does anybody know who the Offspring are anymore?
Please leave a like on this video.
If you know who the Offspring are.
That's right.
If you know who Noodles is from the Offspring. If you know who, like and comment if you know who Dexter and Noodles are from the Offspring. Say, I know who Dexter and Noodles are.
And don't Google it.
Don't Google
You just
it.
have to already know. Now, it's missing something, isn't it?
Well, some would argue it's missing some runtime, but I would argue 98 minutes is the perfect runtime for this sort of thing.
Yeah, it doesn't feel like it could go longer than it is.
Risk.
Yeah.
Well, what would you say is missing?
I think the surprise of the initial one, it's kind of edgy in moments. It feels more like for edginess sake than...
This one you're talking
yeah,
about.
or shock value, but it doesn't kind of hit the same way as the first one.
It's meaner, isn't it?
It's meaner in a way that's not fun.
Yeah, is that because, do you think, the first one... See, when we talked about the first one last week, we talked about how they changed a little bit of it. You know,
Yeah.
they changed Big Daddy's origin. They made, they toned down some of the violence. Do you think maybe that's because it was just getting established, and now that after the first one was kind of a hit, a sleeper hit,
Yeah.
then maybe this one they're like, we can make this more like the comic. Let's
Yeah.
make it meaner.
Yeah, the comic over its run is definitely meaner. Like, it's bloodier. It's like people get their comeuppance who shouldn't, and you know what. And that's not a criticism. It's just it is what it is.
Yeah.
And this feels like it's stuck between maybe the first movie and that. It also, I think the style isn't there. It's not as funny. The vibe is. It's just
The vibe is off.
Weird, right?
There's a dead dad in this for I feel no reason. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
kick
Also,
up.
one Quicksilver. Come
That's
on.
that's a great point, isn't it? Yeah. What was Evan Peters off doing?
I'll do it in trivia section, Mason.
Nice.
Yeah.
Perfect. But yeah, like there's Kick-Ass has one parent left, and it's like, well, wouldn't it be nice to just,
Yeah.
maybe have a dad who's proud of him at the end of this? Nah, he's going to be killed in prison. He's going to be hung in prison.
Yeah, you'll see it too.
Yuck.
I don't think we can show that, Lawrence. So maybe don't, I guess.
That's right. Show some footage from an Offspring video.
Yeah, there you go.
There it is. Bright and colourful.
The kids aren't all right.
That's correct.
It's bright and colourful, but it's not about being bright and colourful, is it? Yeah. That being said, the cast is still good. There's also people in this who have gone on to do much bigger things.
Ella Pennell is in this.
That's right. Ian Glenn is in this.
Daniel Kaluuya is in this.
Benedict Wong is in this.
He is, that's true. This really hits home to me that I can't recognize people unless they've been in like 3 major blockbusters, and I am including my real life friends and family in that. Some of them I still don't know who they are.
Sure, yeah. How many of them have been in major blockbusters?
I don't know, Gary.
Oh, no.
See what I did there?
Yeah.
You're not Gary, you're James, Mr. Sunday Movies.
Well, that's given me the drive that I need to be in 3 major blockbusters.
Good luck.
I like the new superheroes in this. Donald Faison as Dr. Gravity is fun.
Yeah.
He's great. I wish he was in more things. He's just a fun presence.
He's in like 8 seasons of Scrubs.
Yeah, I know. I just mean consistently. Like every time. Like
He's in a podcast, I think, maybe with Zach Braff from
called
Scrubs.
Scrub Mates or whatever.
Scrub Friends. Scrub-a-dub-dub. Here's a couple of friends in a tub.
Yeah, I just mean every time I turn on my TV, maybe he's in it, Maybe he's just in my TV.
Sure.
You know?
You could make that happen, I guess.
Yeah. Jim Carrey, of course, is the major addition to this. He was a huge fan of the first movie, even brought his own props to look more like the comic book version of the character. Well, he's actually an amalgamation of 2 characters from the comic. But of course, you probably heard about this. He turned around on this movie in a big way in the lead up to the promotion. So there was a school shooting in the US, if you can believe it, at Newtown Elementary High in 2012. So he refused to take part in any promotional campaigns because he felt he could no longer support its violent content. He's also in the past he has a personal distaste for guns and violence, which is, I guess, sort of like the character in the movie. He has a gun, but it's not loaded. Mark Miller, though.
Tactical error, I think.
Yeah, but yeah, he probably would have lived a bit longer.
Yeah. Maybe the entire movie.
Maybe, yeah.
Maybe even post the movie,
Mark Miller, though, who of course wrote the original comic and is a producer on this.
And he's in this for a second.
And he is in it, that's right. Is he a super villain or hero or something like that?
He's just a guy in a car.
There he is.
Yeah.
There he is, he's right there.
Or out of a car. There, I've covered both my bases.
So Mark Miller said, nothing seen in the picture wasn't in the screenplay 18 months ago, which I'm sure is true also. I doubt it would have changed that much. And he also said he was delighted by Jim Carrey's disapproval, because that's like saying a porno has too much nudity.
Whoa.
Which I think is also true. Tone it down, everybody. Settle down.
Just settle down, will you? God. Can we focus more on the delivering and eating of the pizza?
Oh my God. Can you imagine?
Do they still do that? I don't know.
I don't know what they do. Probably not. I think things have gotten much weirder.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Because of the internet and so forth.
Because of the internet and so forth.
You mentioned all those supporting characters. I liked all the new superheroes. I liked that we sort of we saw a little focus on what real life superheroes do in real life. IRL, like they help out homeless people and they do good deeds and stuff like that.
Help people,
which is really the kind of the only realistic thing you can do. Like searching the city to beat people up.
Yeah.
Doesn't really work. And usually gets you beaten up.
Absolutely. Now, if you're interested in any of that in real life, Comic Tropes has a video called I Was a Real Life Superhero. So he used to do this. I would 100% recommend.
He used to beat up criminals.
Yeah, he used to yeah. Oh, just whoever, I think.
Yeah.
I can't remember. No, the video's great. You should check it out. It's a lot of fun and just a really interesting insight into that world. It doesn't really happen anymore, but like some people are just like are trying to do good and do nice things and help people home or find a missing person or cat or whatever. And some people are just looking for a fight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking of though, there's a couple of characters in this, Tommy's mom and Tommy's dad.
Yeah.
Who became heroes to find their missing son. And having not seen this in many years, I'm like, I wonder who's going to be revealed to be the missing Tommy. Just never comes up.
He's gone.
He's just a dead kid, I guess.
Yeah, he's a dead kid in a river probably, I'd imagine, yeah. Pretty grim stuff, Mason.
Yep, that's what this movie's all about, and we love it for it.
Speaking of grim, there's a subplot in this because Hit Girl is back, and she's doing Mean Girls. She's in a Mean Girls situation. You could scrap all of this, really. I don't think it... I mean, I think it's interesting to see this character like develop over time, and what does that mean when you go from childhood into adulthood? What becomes of you as a person? In the comic book, she's stayed a child because obviously you don't need to have her age, but in real life, Chloe Grace Moretz was, I think, 15 at the time this came out. So I guess it's reflective of that.
Yeah, but it is a sort of half-baked Mean Girl situation because she meets these Mean Girls and they let her in on the in-group, and then she thinks she's going out on a date, and then they just meet her. They meet her in a forest, and they go, "You thought you were going to a big party, but you're not." And then she gives them all diarrhea.
Yeah, that's what happens.
There's some real crook, like vomiting diarrhea CGI. There's a moment in it where, because she has a little Soviet era device that you tap somebody with. The sick stick, and it makes you vomit and diarrhea. And she
got it from Minority Report.
Yeah. She zaps one of the Mean Girls who just CGI vomits and diarrheas, and I'm like, is that how it works?
I mean, they don't really exist.
No, I know this, but I mean, I'm just confused by the mechanics of it. Because does it form diarrhea in your body? Because surely you wouldn't have diarrhea
I think
unless
it
you already had
liquefies everything. It probably
Instantly.
scrambles your organs.
Probably. That poor woman is diarrheaing out her organs.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay, that's cool.
No,
I
they
guess.
said she lived.
No, I know that. Yes,
Mindy's dad, who's recast, said she lived, Mason.
It's true.
Mindy's new dad.
Yeah, but yeah, it sort of felt half baked.
Yeah.
and also, why would you get that revenge in public?
Yeah.
You'd break their legs in private. surely,
Absolutely.
you know,
Also, if they attack you in like a public place, you can attack them back, right? Isn't that the rule of a school?
that's the
A
school
schoolyard
rule.
rule?
That's right.
Yeah.
And that's why school rules.
That's
Stay
right.
in school, kids.
That's right. Here's something I did like in this. I think Red Mist's relationship with John Leguizamo, I like that dynamic.
Absolutely.
They're fun together.
So Red Mist, his dad, Mark Strong, was killed in the previous movie.
Yep.
He accidentally kills his mum in this movie, and
Mm-hmm.
then he decides he's going to become a supervillain. And Leguizamo plays his like
Initially, like his protector.
yeah.
Just keep him in the house.
Yeah, he's good. Yeah,
Yeah.
But again, another kind of nice avuncular character we can knock off, to make the audience feel something.
Ian Glenn, what are you up to?
Come on, Ian Glenn.
Stop doing that, Ian Glenn. You were Batman, for God's sake, I think.
Yeah, maybe.
Teen Titans Batman?
Yeah, you were Bruce Wayne in a sort of legally distinct version of Batman because we can't show Batman on live action TV for some reason. But you were that guy.
He certainly was. Yeah.
You were Brance Wayne.
Oh my God. So of course, Jim Carrey's character's killed, and it all escalates with Dave's dad being strangled to death. We can't show that. And then at the end they have a big
Oh, we're thinking about it.
yeah, we're thinking about it. And then Hit Girl decides to be Hit Girl again, and there's a big punch up in a warehouse.
I think there's an excellent car chase sequence with Hit Girl on the roof of the
Yeah,
van.
I think there's some ropey green screen, but overall that's a pretty good
it is some
sequence.
bad green screen. It's obviously been done on a set, but I think the concept of it.
Yeah, it's
and there's moments where
you
she's,
know where everyone is
yeah,
at all
and
times.
there's moments where she's hanging off a goon who's hanging off a door, kind of thing, and he's being dragged across the highway. I thought that was
Yeah.
a lot of that. That's a very cool sequence, I think.
Completely agree. And again, like the final battle where it's all the supervillains and superheroes of New York. New York? Where is this set? Seattle?
I don't know, man.
Wherever it's
The
set.
big city, the big apple.
A big city.
The big windy apple. The big windy apple that never forgets
That's right.
and never sleeps.
They all are.
The big insomniac windy apple. Oh, man, I just want to go to bed. I'm an apple.
No, you got to be eaten or eat an apple? A windy apple?
Yeah, keeps the doctor away.
That's right.
Doctor of crime.
So it's basically, two groups of people running at each other in a warehouse and stabbing each other and hitting each other with
I
bats.
think that's what I remember sort of frustrated me when I saw this movie initially, like many years ago when it came out in cinemas.
Yeah.
It's, there is some vague notion that the bad guys are building fertilizer bombs and they're going to blow up the city, maybe.
Yeah.
But it felt to me like it's just two bunches of idiots in costumes running at each other, and ultimately it affects no one else in the world. You know what I mean?
See, that's what I liked about it, because he was so ineffectual as a supervillain in the real world that it just boils down to just this madness.
Yeah.
An inconsequential thing where you get your penis bitten off by a shark.
Right, sure.
Just a nonsense thing that everybody else outside of it goes, I don't know. I don't know why this happened,
I don't know.
honestly.
We found him like this. He said he fell off a roof into a shark tank that he installed. I don't know.
Mother Russia, though, that's a good inclusion, I guess. She's a terrifying presence.
She is, but also, again, I think it sort of... I'm not sure what this movie wants to be. I think, there's superheroes in the real world, but actually this is the real world, so don't even...
Yeah.
This isn't a comic book world, this is a real world.
It's a real world.
But it's also, it's Six Sticks and it's indestructible Russian women who can kick a guy across a room or whatever, you know what I mean?
Okay, yeah. Yeah.
Pick a side.
All right.
Make her grittier and grimier and realer, or lean into the comic booky stuff.
God, this movie blows genres and realities, which is good.
God, maybe this movie is a little more twisted than I thought. The writer of Bloodshot was onto something.
Look, I don't think it's dreadful. I think it's fine, but I think when they kiss at the end, I fucking hate that. Why would you put that in here? It's awful.
Because it's a male protagonist and a female protagonist.
It's
and they've
so
got a kiss at
awful.
the end. I'm assuming what the producers thought.
I hate that so much.
Yeah, it feels like a last minute addition because they couldn't quite figure out how to end this
Say
sort of thing.
they're friends and they part.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Also, at the start of this movie, Dave is broken up with by his girlfriend.
Yeah.
Because she is under the impression that he and Hit Girl are together.
Yeah.
You know, and he's cheating on her. But surely you're close enough to your girlfriend who knows you are kick-ass to be like, no, that's Hit Girl.
Yeah.
I helped her kill a bunch of people a couple of years ago. You remember that? You remember that? Yeah, we're just hanging out. We're talking about killing people.
It was
We're
pretty cool.
reminiscing over killing people. We're thinking about killing other people.
Always. Yeah.
Yeah.
They're always in that room with guns on the wall doing chin-ups
Exactly.
and all of that. Oh, my God.
She's telling me about a thing that gives you diarrhea.
Yeah.
You know, she's got it on her all the time.
So the promise, though, can you believe it, Mason? The promise of Kick-Ass 3.
I'd forgotten about this until immediately pre-credits. Yeah, I'd forgotten that at the end of this, he's like, well, actually, the world doesn't need superheroes, but what it does need is me doing a lot of chin-ups and building an Iron Man suit.
Yes. We'll come back to it right after Trivia Ass 2.
Interesting. You're not doing thoughts and prizes anymore?
Thoughts and Prizes is a regularly but not always occurring segment of this show.
Okay.
I got to collect all the prizes because I save up for the
Okay.
prizes. This is out of my
Right.
own money. And if nobody wins it, I just throw them all in the bin.
Oh, you
I have to get new prizes.
The prize pool doesn't accumulate?
No.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, wow.
That's the rule of Thoughts and Well, there's a lot of rules, but that's
clearly, yeah.
That's one of the rules of Thoughts and Prizes.
Okay.
You never know when it's going to spring up again.
Now, has my mention of thoughts and prizes improved my odds of getting a thought or a prize?
Oh, I think so, actually, yeah.
Oh, good,
Yeah, I mean,
okay.
we're not doing it this week, but
No.
the points also don't carry over.
Damn it.
And it's not really a point system. We'll talk about it another week.
Okay, great. I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to seeing how you're going to worm out of it again next time.
So, Trivia Ask 2, Mason. This is the trivia section of the show. So, Evan Peters was unable to reprise his role as Todd Haynes because of scheduling conflicts.
Director Todd Haynes.
Yeah.
Wow.
With American Horror
He
Story.
directed the movie Safe.
Oh, I
in
remember
May,
Safe.
December.
Oh, May, December.
Todd Haynes.
Todd, I know.
Okay. Just a weird coincidence. The character's name is the same as the director.
It's not a coincidence.
Todd Haynes.
Nothing is a coincidence.
Okay, all right.
This might be a coincidence, though. Anyway, American Horror Story was doing that. One of
okay,
those
right.
seasons. Lindsay Fonseca was only available for a brief cameo as Katie due to scheduling conflicts with Nikita.
Okay, well, that makes sense with the breakup situation.
Absolutely,
Okay, 'cause
yeah.
she's Dave's girlfriend. Yeah.
Exactly. And Jim Carrey only has 7 minutes and 45 seconds of screen time. But he's felt. He's got a prosthetic. Prosthetics are really good on him.
He should have been felt. He should have been a puppet.
Do you think so?
That's right.
Oh my God. Remember the Happy Time Murders?
Yeah.
Did you see it?
No one did.
That's not going to bode well for...
Remember this puppet?
Yeah,
Of
the
you?
goat puppet. Yeah.
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 Just sits in this studio rotting. We should get a photo of it.
What do you want me to do with it?
I don't know. Get it refurbed.
You get it refurbed.
Maybe I will. I'll go to a place that refurbs old sofas. Get it fixed. They'll be like, oh, we don't know.
Yeah.
We don't know how to
Why do
fix
you
this.
have that? We don't know.
Why is its eyes coming off?
Anyways, the budget for this is $28 million and it made 60.8.
Okay.
So it might have maybe broke even after marketing,
Even
etc.
Peters.
Thank you. But according to Chloe Grace Moretz, a sequel to Kick-Ass 2 would be unlikely. This is around the time she said this, because she called it one of the most pirated movies of that year.
Oh, that's right.
But Slash Film debunked this point, claiming that Kick-Ass 2 wasn't even in the top 10 most pirated films.
Ouch.
2013.
Wow.
People don't...
Meow
Yeah.
slash film.
People...
Slash, this slash film's got claws.
Ooh.
That's where the slash comes from.
I don't doubt it. Now, in terms of Kick-Ass 3,
Oh, yes.
did you know a new trilogy of Kick-Ass movies have already started? What? School Fight, which is an upcoming superhero film directed by Damian Walters and produced by Matthew Vaughn, wrapped filming in 2021.
I don't believe you.
It's true. Vaughn described it as the in-betweeners with stuntmen, and it stars Greg Townley, Paul Lowe, and Bobby Holland Hanton.
Okay, but to be clear, this isn't in the Kick-Ass universe. This
We
is
don't know what
unrelated.
this is specifically, but I do
Okay.
have more information.
I think it's probably an ad.
That will be
for a
followed...
bank or something. you know
A
what
British bank.
you know what the bloody media landscape's like now.
Ugh,
Probably enough for a
yuck.
bank.
That will be followed by The Stuntman, which is about two brothers becoming stuntmen during the 70s. So that's going to be the second one. That began principal photography in October of 2023. So in addition to that, there's all the Miller World stuff, right? That's on
sure.
Netflix. So for those people who don't know, Mark Miller, who wrote this, and Kingsman and a bunch of other stuff, all the properties, most of them, were acquired by Netflix in like 2017.
And they were like, we're going to make some shows and some
Yeah.
movies, and they're going to be huge successes. And then they made Jupiter's Legacy, And it got cancelled the week it came out.
They did Super Crooks.
Oh, yeah.
They did an American Jesus series that was called something else. But they can't do Kick-Ass because Matthew Vaughn's production company, Marv, they own both Kick-Ass and Kingsman / Argyle.
Okay.
That's the same universe.
All right.
Wanted is still with Universal.
Okay.
And there hasn't been any Miller World productions since 2021. So from Argyle, from what we've seen,
Yes.
the end of Argyle implies that that's in the Kingsman universe, which could be in the Kick-Ass universe. I think that's what they're trying to do here.
You're going to have to take our word for it. I know none of you watched Argyle, but trust us, that's what happened at the end.
And that's all you need to know, really.
Yeah.
Yeah, because, of course, in the comics, Miller created Big Game, which brought all these comics together into one big epic showdown, multi-dimensional thing, but it's all the same dimension, etc.
Perfect time for people who are sick of multiversal
That's right.
situations. Yeah.
It's not a bad run, honestly, but some of the things can't go in that.
That's true.
And also they've stopped making them, so I don't know, does he get the rights back to all of that stuff? But I think Netflix just own it all outright. I'm not sure. I honestly don't know.
Why don't you ask him? He's your best friends on Twitter.
Maybe I will ask him.
You should ask him.
I'll ask him. I probably won't ask him.
No,
I'm not
probably
gonna.
busy.
I'll probably leave him alone.
Oh,
I
yeah,
reckon.
great.
Yeah. Miller, though, I like this about him. He stated that whenever he sells the film rights to one of his creator-owned comic properties, he gives half of the money to the artist who illustrated the comics, despite his agent's reaction to this. I like that quite a lot.
That's cool.
That's
Yeah.
a good business model.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
better than some big comic book companies.
That's right. But it's not better than BigSandwich.co.
I think it is better than that.
But do you know why I think that?
Okay.
Because Big Sandwich.
Because you're deranged.
Yeah, I'm deranged.
You've got a twisted mind.
Not as twisted as yours.
Game recognises game. You've got a twisted mind too.
That's basically our Patreon service where we do movie commentaries, we do video game Let's Plays, we do bonus podcasts. These videos, they also go up there early, don't they, Mason?
That's correct.
Including this one. Here's a hint towards what we're doing next. We're doing that Wolverine trilogy.
Oh.
Yeah.
Some of those are bad.
Some of them are bad, but they get better maybe. Also, we have a podcast called The Weekly Planet where we talk movies and comics and TV shows. That comes out Monday. It's got its own YouTube channel. It's on Spotify. It's on Apple. It's on whatever you're doing.
It's on
there.
whatever you're
It's
doing.
on whatever you're
It's on
doing.
spreadsheet. It's on little email.
Mm-hmm.
It's on maybe you're flipping burgers or something.
Yep.
It's cool.
It's on that Scrubs app. It's just in the feed. If you look in there. That's what I was
The
saying.
Scrubs app.
Sorry.
No, I like what you said there. I like how there's a Scrubs app. There should be.
There should be.
Dr. Cox is on there. He's sending you
You're
notifications.
a damn woman. You're a lady. Didn't age very well, a lot of that, but you know, it was a good show.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So it was appointment television.
Definitely. All right, thanks everyone.
Grab that gem, you guys. We'll see you next week.
Mm-hmm. Wolverine.
The Offspring.
Yeah.
I just wanted to tie it together, but I couldn't. I didn't write anything down. I just wanted to.
Yeah.
If we
Maybe
could,
next time you could write something down. I don't know.
I'm gonna write anything down. I don't want to write anything down.
You can't keep track of things in that twisted mind of yours.
That's so
It's just
true.
a ball of barbed wire.
That's right.